All right, let's talk about Lamine Yamal. I mean, we all know the name, right? This football prodigy who seems destined for, well, for greatness. But this isn't just about his incredible skill on the pitch. No, today we're diving into the other side of that story. The crushing, insane weight that comes with that kind of talent, and what it's like to be a teenager navigating a world that built you up just so it could tear you down over every little thing.
So, first things first, let's get one thing straight. On the football pitch, Lamine Yamal he's not just good, he's an absolute phenomenon. We are talking about a player with the kind of skill, the kind of vision that you might see, once in a generation. He's the kind of guy you build your entire club around for the next decade. No question about it.
But, and this is a huge but, that same talent just threw him straight into this relentless pressure cooker. I mean, think about it for a second. Before he was even old enough to vote, he was living under a microscope more intense than most veteran players face in their entire careers. Every single move, both on and off the field, was just magnified, picked apart, and judged by millions of people. And look, this pressure, it wasn't just about scoring goals or winning games, not even close. From the very beginning, he was forced to carry these incredibly heavy burdens that had absolutely nothing to do with football. We're talking about identity, politics, and even his own personal safety.
Okay, a perfect example. His decision on which national team to play for, Spain or Morocco. You'd think that's a simple sporting choice, right? Wrong. It turned into this whole geopolitical firestorm. You had media reports flying around about money, you had federations putting out official denials, but the most chilling part of it all? This claim that his own father was genuinely afraid for his son's safety because of the decision. We're talking alleged death threats. That's a life-or-death kind of weight to put on a teenager's shoulders. It's just insane.
And this slide just perfectly captures the shocking reality of his life. It's like two different worlds colliding. So on one hand, you've got the biggest club match on the planet, El Clásico. He scores a goal in a massive 4-0 win. I mean, that's the stuff dreams are made of, a career-defining moment. But then in that exact same match, he's being hit with disgusting racist abuse from the stands. So his greatest professional high is immediately dragged down by this incredibly ugly personal low. It's just wild.
So all this public scrutiny, it started to evolve. It wasn't just coming from the fans anymore. Nope. Soon, he was creating friction with some of football's most established figures, the legends of the game.
And all of a sudden, these tiny little on-field moments started blowing up into global news. A clip of Robert Lewandowski seemingly ignoring his handshake, it goes viral. A brief interaction with Cristiano Ronaldo after losing a final, boom. Instantly spun by thousands of people online as a sign of pure arrogance. That's the thing about social media, right? Context gets completely thrown out the window, and this negative story just starts to write itself.
And look, this wasn't just coming from anonymous accounts on the internet. No way. This is Guapini, a legend of the game, and he's publicly calling him out. And for what? What was the big crime? He wore his hat backwards to a press conference. I'm not kidding. A style choice that millions of teenagers make every single day somehow turned into a national debate about professionalism. It's unbelievable.
But then the criticism escalated from petty to just plain vicious. I mean, here you have Adel Rami. We're talking about a World Cup winner here, saying on the record that he can't stand an 18-year-old kid. As a person, he called him arrogant, he went after his lifestyle, basically said he was fed up with him. The level of personal hatred coming from a respected veteran player towards a teenager it's just staggering, really.
So what you start to see is this pattern emerging, right? A situation where completely normal, totally age-appropriate teenage behavior gets magnified and twisted into these massive controversies. The smallest little actions were having these huge, completely disproportionate consequences.
I mean, just look at this cause and effect. It's laid out right here. He wears a hat backwards. A football legend publicly scolds him. He makes a joke while playing a video game. It literally sparks a full team brawl on the field. He celebrates his 18th birthday party. It leads to a government legal inquiry. I mean, you have to ask yourself, in what universe are these reactions proportional to what he actually did?
Okay, let's just zoom in on that streaming incident for a second, because it's wild. So on October 27th, he's on a stream and he makes a dumb joke. The kind of trash talk you hear all the time. The very next day, he's on the pitch, and Real Madrid's captain is in his face taunting him about it. And what's the result? An all-out brawl. Benches clear, players are everywhere, and police actually have to come onto the field to break it up. A silly, throwaway comment made online directly led to a full-blown riot during a professional football match.
So eventually, they reached a boiling point. You could only take so much. The constant controversies, the endless scrutiny of his every single move, it all became so overwhelming that his own club, FC Barcelona, decided they had no choice. They had to step in and basically build a protective wall around him.
And it was a pretty drastic move, but you can see why they felt it was necessary. In late October of 2025, Barcelona basically hit the emergency brake. They started canceling interviews, pulling him from sponsor events. They essentially sealed him off from the public unless it had to do with, actually playing football. They were desperately trying to turn down the volume on all the noise to protect their most valuable player.
And a source close to the club pretty much explained the thinking in the plainest terms possible. They said, absolutely anything Yamal does right now is being endlessly scrutinized. The club's leadership realized that any little thing he did, no matter how innocent, could ignite a brand new firestorm. So, what was their only solution? They had to take away the fuel.
Which really brings us to the fundamental question at the heart of this entire story, right? We love to celebrate these young prodigies. We put them on magazine covers, we build our hopes and dreams around them, but in this age of 24/7 media and constant social media judgment, are we actually supporting them? Or is the sheer crushing weight of our own expectations creating a totally impossible environment? Are we setting up our brightest and best young talents to just burn out before their careers have even really started?